Hello there everyone and welcome back. We seem to be missing an episode as it were, and that's partly because my damn PC had to crash on me in the middle of recording, which then promptly ruined the entire thing. So you're wondering why I'm almost already level 5. Well, that is sort of the reason, because I had a battle with Crooked there in the Tau matchup, and that's when it crashed on me there. Unfortunately, things were not going well for me in that matchup. It seemed like anyway. I did destroy one of his protectors in a 400 point, 500 point battle for me type of setup, but in the end, that's when it died, so unfortunately you're not going to be able to see the match there. I was a bit on the losing end, that's what it would seem, but we'll never truly know how it turns out, at least in that match. And also ended up fighting against my first Eldar there, which not much exciting to say there. It was only a 300 point battle there, so I used my brand new Kurnos pattern cruiser that you see here, and I just thoroughly trounced them with a bunch of Arcanites to back it up. These things are pretty vicious when I can continually fire on the target, needless to say. But that 2 matches alone isn't the reason why I'm so far inexperienced. I've been encountering our dear Chaos friend again, and for some reason, he's doing a horrible job of using his exploit to the best of its abilities, because he's been allowing me to get free repairs for all my light cruisers in the ensuing match that I had with Crooked there. And really, as a result of that battle barge match back in episode 3, I think it was, the last video at least I had uploaded, so he's doing me a favor, needless to say. Although it's going to make things a little bit awkward for me personally, because we're leveling up a lot more faster than I probably would have intended, at least. A little bit more than I would like. But I'm going to take full advantage of this by getting all the free experience I can get, I suppose. But I'm just going to cut out those little segments altogether to just keep the video at least nice and clean and consistent there. So I'm probably just going to end off right here, and hopefully we can get ourselves some real matches for a change. Preferably some that don't involve crashing. That would be kind of nice. Alright, it is showtime, and apparently we're gonna have ourselves a bit of a rematch from last time I think. So, this will be amusing. Well, I learned a little bit regardless from the match there, needless to say, because the main theme that I got, the main thing I got out of the match is with 3 light cruisers and 3 frigates, I actually felt like I was getting overwhelmed there a little bit. So, this will be a good experience to try and learn how to micromanage a large fleet, as made apparent by the fact I'm getting another bonus 100 points out of this. But the Kurnos pattern is actually going to be kind of handy for this, if only a little bit, because the fighters in the extra, Dark Star Squadron are going to... No, it sounds like he's going to take the Custodian. This will be amusing, because I think I have something fun in mind for that too. I do need to be very careful about the burst potential, though. Yeah, this sounds like a Custodian. I'm not going to be surprised. I've been contemplating fighting a Custodian ever since the last time I fought it with my battle barge, or was it my Space Marine fleet. I was thinking on ways on how I can utilize torpedoes against such a wall of fighters, and I think I have an idea. It's just a matter of how practical it is. So, we shall see, because this probably is going to be pretty damn brutal. Also, I need to remember, is all my things set to 3,000 units? Because one thing I probably don't like is having these all grouped up together. I would like them separate, but it will make things a little bit easier. Yep, 4 ships. I know exactly what this is. Heh, you're not surprising me. Well, actually, he still has an extra 100 points, so he could have a little bit mix of something else. If it was like the last match I had with him, which was the 400 points, then I'd be okay. Then I would know what he's feeling. Only problem here is I lack frigates to kind of spot for me, so I need to be ready for this. Okay, so he's not doing much hiding over there. I know for a fact, apparently, that he's got his messengers on at least frigates out. So 2 ships already. We're looking at 2 protectors. He says he was going to do something interesting. So far, I'm not impressed. Although I am kind of prepared for secret missiles to a vague extent. Although this is like one of those situations I kind of wish I had, what is it? My other shadow with the, the rape bone reinforcement to kind of be able to have the 95 armor I want to shoot down his stuff. Or shoot to resist the seeker missiles. So we'll see where he goes. Because I have fighters here. A lot of fighters, and I can dodge relatively well. We're going to get a little more aggressive as I dodge these seeker missiles. He's going to try and throw a beacon on. Oh, that was a big whiff. Now, are you going to silent run for me? Are you going to silent run? Is the real question here. So, actually, I will wait for these bombers here. We're going to do our damage. He's got the Crude War Spear. There's a nice treat. So, everything get on out and murder us a protector. It was a damn good hit, although my Auroras seem to be rebelling on me now. Yeah, my Auroras are rebelling on me some, so. Get my fighters ready, although I don't have much of a way of fighters at the moment. Now, can I fire no one? Yes, I can. So, that's 1 protector down. We're in a bit of an awkward situation, because now I need to get my fighters up. And also I need to get this shadow in a good position with to replenish his fighters. This is a nice treat. I'm a little bit excited to see that. To see the Crude War Spear. Although my Aurora's control there, since they are so clumped up, is not exactly the most exciting. I'm not gonna lie. But we can do another salvo like that. He's got himself a full level 10 Tau fleet. And I hope those secret missiles didn't hit me. I kind of would like that. We'll see. The positioning is starting to get a little awkward though. But he's kind of making his focus to go after the cruiser. So I can abuse that. So 1's down. He has shield recharge there. Which didn't do a whole lot in that exchange at least. So can I hit him? 1, 2, 3. Okay, bit of miscontrol there, if only a little bit. Keep the fighters going. We're going to neglect the bombers altogether for this situation. Just a little bit as I shoot down these shields. So he's got adaptive deflectors. The bombers did their work, unfortunately, so that's a little unfortunate there. Do I have any more maelstroms? No, I used them all up, I think. Okay, Crude War Spear's here. Got some damn good hits there. I did lose a light cruiser in the process. Now everything get on moving. Preferably in the right direction. If I can get one more run like that, I'm in good shape, but I think we'll play it safe. We'll play it safe. I don't want to lose all my ships there, if I can help it. I'll play it safe, keep my distance, get the warp out done, and preserve my fleet. Damage was pretty good there. If I could get another salvo like that a lot more effectively, and preferably with some frigates to reliably spot, so that way I can set up my attack runs better, that probably could have gone better. But it's an improvement over the last match, at least. It is definitely an improvement over the last match. I'm just going to preserve my fleet to be safe. Yeah, because once those 2 protectors are gone, That would have actually been good for me. I like that head-on tactic. It's just, well, really, not having... It's really... I'm getting distracted by a damn text. I lost my train of thought. Damn it, stop it. Now I completely lost what I was saying. Either way, I gotta be able to more aggressively get those torpedoes in there. It worked out well. If the second protector had died, I think I would have been in really damn good position there. I think so anyway. It's hard to say with a Crude War Spear, mind you, because any critical hits would do massive damage to it since it can only take a fire or a hull breach. I think it may actually only take hull breaches, I could be wrong, but either way, I can't destroy its deck or anything like that, so it'd be potentially as fragile as a frigate. I just want to preserve my ship so that way we don't have to deal with the massive repair bill. Because after all, we did fight like a level 10 protector, so it is at least upgrades and optimization is a little bit one-sided. I have no way to know how the extra 100 points favored me in that sense. If he was like a fresh Admiral Level 8 Tau player, I think that would have gone so much better for me just because of Adaptive Deflector alone, on top of maybe not having favors for everything. Hard to really say. But I like that. That was a better improvement over last time, but now I'm in an awkward position because we're having such high point values. Do I seriously consider repairing some of my ships or not? In truth, though, I should really consider putting upgrades on my frigates so that way they can be useful. Because if I do nothing but field my cruisers, that's going to be asking for disaster. Especially since I'm seriously unprepared for like doing 600-point battles with a highly micromanaging fleet. So I feel like I need to rely more on my frigates and try to make the most out of them. Of course, I talked about micromanagement and I was considering putting an upgrade on the Hellborn. But of course, with torpedoes, that requires even more micromanagement. So I think we'll do the safe thing for now. Focus on the Hemlock, because that's so much more easier to control, since I just have the pulsars, which basically will fire for me. And at least there they can take point now, rather than having to kind of keep them behind my Auroras and the rest of my fleet, so that way my focusing crystals, my resonating crystals aren't really wasted. If the Hemlocks were to fire first, these things can actually take point now with that upgrade in place. So I am generally happy with that outcome, at least the improvement in comparison to last time. Although, well, what happened in the video or the match that you'll never saw, I actually tried to snipe his messengers since he was using the spot. It worked initially pretty well because I took down the messengers relatively quickly, or at least one of them immediately. The problem, of course, is with my pulsars off cooldown, he's basically getting a bunch of free shots for me there. So that put me a little bit of an underdog for something that has, in all honesty, no firepower, and it's really just the rerolls on his torpedoes. That is why I focused them down, but I don't even think his messengers were close enough to even benefit from the messenger bonus to reroll against torpedoes and fighters, so that was probably a flawed plan to begin with. Nonetheless, I'm happy with that outcome. It still put me in a little bit of an awkward position as far as my fleet status, so we'll try to work with what we can. So, what do we have here? 400 points. Ooh, we get ourselves an Imperial matchup. Thankfully, 400 points isn't too terrible, but I don't think... Well, actually, the Shadow has torpedoes. It still comes down to the question of trying to avoid being too top-heavy. I still need to figure out how to get the most out of this thing. The Wraithbone reinforcement is actually not a terrible idea if he's going like heavy Dominators or something. We'll try and keep it lean, though. We'll take advantage of my pulsars, even though I kind of would like the torpedoes in this case, because the Imperial fleet's kind of not the most mobile, so with a little bit of effort, I could have the Hellborn do additional damage if their torpedoes were to hit. It is a possibility, and I like the prospect of it, but we'll take our time and focus on managing 6 ships there, rather than 6 ships that all have torpedoes. Although, let's see, 400 points. Yeah, we should be on equal terms there. I'm just wondering if he has any bonus points or not, because I keep running these 500-point matches that, quite frankly, are throwing me off with what kind of Admiral level I am. So, I think we're on the same footing there. So, I don't think I have to worry so much about that. But he could still have 2 Nova cannons, which would be dangerous against my frigates. The good news is, though, they have the Wraithbone shift to immediately dodge the at least 1 Nova cannon if I'm smart about how I control my fleet. The Wraithbone shift alone almost makes it impossible, so long as I'm aware of it immediately, to get hit by at least 1 Nova cannon. If he does have 2, though, then it's possible that I'm going to lose some frigates. At least with my Auroras, I have the Falls Maneuver to help negate even a second type of Nova cannon, so we'll see what happens. There is a little bit of latency, a little bit of skipping, though, that I'm not really fond of. Not quite yet, but again, at least my frigates now can take point. And he does have Nova cannons, so at least 1... Oh, I gotta remember that damn glitch. I am not flying where that Nova cannon was. It's gonna make moving really damn irritating, though. But I know I'm fighting possibly... It should be an Overlord. It should seriously be an Overlord. It's just a question, does he have 2 Overlords? Or, no, 2 Dominators, rather. I don't know why I'm calling it Overlord. Because Overlords don't even have Nova cannons, quite frankly. Okay, he's supercharged Void Shield. He doubles supercharged, so I'm happy with that outcome. Now, everyone get on out. Oh, shields are already gone. Wow. That I was not expecting. I heard supercharged Void Shields. Oh, did I damn it, I just want my group 2. You didn't give me my group 2. Either way, let's keep on firing. Let's get what damage we can. And promptly lose my engines immediately. So this could be a huge issue. Now, I'm not too worried about the Dominator so much since there's only 1. But torpedoes did not hit anything. That's a little unfortunate. Do I get out? Yep. I'm letting my own frigates get caught in the blast, so that's a little inconvenient. Shields are gone on 1 of them there. Frigates are taking hits there, but I don't think I'm in a good position to just straight up go after. Actually, I could turn around and go after that Dauntless really quickly. Actually, let's go after the frigate because of the supercharged Void Shield, and that will set up my next attack run here. There, that worked flawlessly. I'm in a bit of an awkward position. But, I trust my ships can do well. Okay, 1 Dauntless down. I gotta be careful. I am using my boosters in a not so optimal fashion. So I do need to be careful of that. At least I'm close enough now. I just gotta be careful. I don't have brace for impact or anything available. So, we got good hits on the Dominator. This thing's going to take a little bit of a hit, actually. I'm going to have the second Aurora get behind the Dominator, although I was waiting for Falls Maneuver to come up, but it was already turning around. Nope, I'm mismanaging my control again there. I don't know how much of it is due to my double-clicking, though. I don't know how much of that is due to my double-clicking mouse causing problems. But if I could kill the Dominator, at least that gets rid of the Nova cannons. But this Aurora's not long for this world if it keeps getting hit. Okay, more torpedo hits. Only one, unfortunately. Oh, it's not going to make it. I was a little bit slow. Part of the reason why I need to be aware of those stuff. So this could survive, but it's not going to hit anything of note. And I was losing my ships there to random fire. So, do I continue to go out to Dominator? I pretty much should. Because I still have weapons on this thing. I just squandered that one little shot, though. Damn, those things hit hard when RNG is in his favor. Alright, let's recall quickly there before things go horribly wrong. Like about right now when I ram myself. Oh. Let's see. Let's see. Can I get this out without ramming it? It had promise. I probably should have gone after the other Dauntless there. Maybe. But again, I need to be on point with the dang Nova cans. Seriously? God damn. Of all the luck. Yeah, this is gonna get me killed too in a moment. Well, he has turrets and I have enough health. I was wondering what happened there, and it's because I had his ship's target, so... That had promise. Gotta really be mindful of the weaponry though, which is really hard to do when you have so many ships. It was going really good though, I gotta say, which makes me wonder if I want to stay in the prow of the Dominator and just kind of ignore it altogether. Because like I said, if I'm not focusing on trying to get too many bombing runs and having to dodge his macro batteries, then at least it makes it easier for me to pay attention to the Novacan firing. And I killed the first Dauntless relatively well, and those Dauntlesses honestly are the bigger threat until I have to contend with the macro batteries. So yeah, that was also a bit sloppy. I just missed out on an opportunity to get my other roar out though. Just of all the luck. Oh well. I'm gonna have to spend some time just practicing and getting more used to the micromanagement there. Because it has promise, it definitely has promise there. Although with 100 health frigates, they risk dying immediately there, which is a little bit of a problem. If only a little bit. Would the shadow have been better is the real question. I don't know if it actually would unless I can hit with the torpedoes. That would be the only condition. And since I missed a handful of those torpedoes too, that was not going well for me. But I relished the challenge though, and those matches did have a lot of promise. They had a lot of promise and I can't say anything bad about that.